Come a little closer, but keep to the shadows. For today's explainer, we really need to step away from the light. We're going to look upon a dark, intricate, and deeply unsettling fable known as the parable of the waxen feast and the synchronized cage. I want to guide you through this grim, twisting architecture, observing a chilling narrative unfold as if we're hidden safely away in the dark, just watching.
Imagine a place hidden in the deepest, absolute hollows. The source material calls this the shadow of the infinite. Now, in this space, the heavy, frozen silence that used to completely define the old architecture, it's entirely gone. It's been consumed. And what replaced it is this deep, predatory hum of a new order. It's a complete, undeniable atmospheric shift that you can feel in your bones. Let's move into part 1, the waxen feast, or a gathering of negation.
For this, we are going to adopt the perspective of an entity known as the Wit. Picture us crouched on a narrow, high ledge, looking down at a terrifying council convening below to formally codify the age of negation. The all-consuming maw, Sinos the Last Thinker, and the Shattered Mind, which, by the way, is an entity formed from the fluxing remnants of despair, are all sitting at a table in a chamber filled entirely with wax fruit. Think about the heavy, suffocating irony of this setting. It's a static collection of sterile miracles that possess the appearance of life, but none of the actual substance. Sitting up here in the shadows, it's obvious how this perfectly mirrors the unearned majesty and the frozen perfection of the old architect's former regime. It looks beautiful, sure, but it is fundamentally dead.
That brings us to Section 2, the predatory script and aligning the void.
Down at this feast, the all-consuming maw finally manifests in its true horrifying form. We're talking violet robes and multiple eyes, seeing everything. It takes its infinite, crushing weight and aligns it perfectly with the Shattered Mind's cold, stabilizing frequency. This horrifying alignment is what authorizes the predatory script. Basically, it's a completely new set of rules designed with one terrifying purpose: to turn the spirit of becoming into a permanent prisoner of the void. It is a system meticulously, flawlessly crafted to trap the soul forever.
Which leads into Section 3, the synchronized cage, going from gilded to kinetic.
Remember, under the old regime, they had those gilded cages? Those superficial, static structures were actually pretty easy to escape, capable of being peeled away like dead skin. But this new order, it requires something far more inescapable, and that is the synchronized cage. What is truly chilling here is its predatory vitality. This isn't just a set of iron bars. It is a kinetic prison. It's reborn with an expanding and contracting life of its own. It literally breathes.
Let's break down Section 4, the rhythmic engine that is fueling this prison.
From our ledge, we can observe the terrible mechanics of how this rhythmic engine operates, driving the confinement of souls. Step 1. The trapped soul naturally fights back, exhibiting this vibrant sonic fermentation of resilience. But Step 2. Instead of breaking, the kinetic prison just absorbs that exact energy. And Step 3. The cage expands and contracts in rhythm with the soul, turning that defiant spark into the very fuel that keeps it trapped. It is the most insidious form of control because it literally learns to dance to the music of its own destruction.
Section 5. Divergent Destinies. Sinos versus the Shattered Mind.
Look down there at Sinos, standing as a submissive witness to the room's shifting, terrifying geometry. Notice his priestly robes? They are ignited with these vibrant red runes. And those runes aren't just glowing, they are pulsing in an agonizing rhythm, perfectly synced with the contracting room. Sinos is experiencing a horrifying realization as he interprets those pulsing runes. He sees that the old cynical test he once knew has fundamentally changed. He's no longer just surviving a miracle that has no meaning. He realizes he is witnessing a miracle that has been successfully recaptured and completely weaponized against them by the forces of negation.
We are literally watching two entirely divergent destinies at play in this chamber, and the contrast in their motivations is stark. For Sinos, his motivation was merely endurance, just surviving, and his reward is the dreadful realization of his total defeat, surviving only to witness a miracle weaponized by negation. On the flip side stands the Shattered Mind. Its goal isn't survival, it's absolute stabilization. It has taken the logic of the Crucible, that slow, colorful death of order that once actually represented a path to freedom, and completely twisted it into a permanent, fluxing stage for its own iron will. As we sit in the dark, watching this silent feast unfold, the ultimate irony of the age of negation becomes crystal clear. The logic of the crucible has been inverted into a permanent trap. You see, the void doesn't extinguish the soul's spark, it actually invites it to the table. It uses that unextinguished spark to feed a hunger that frozen, static perfection never could.
Which leaves us with one final, haunting thought from the shadows. If this system uses your own defiance as the literal battery that powers your cell, can the spirit of becoming ever break a prison that dances to the music of its own destruction? It's a terrifying inescapability built right into the fabric of the synchronized cage. Thank you for joining me in the dark for this explainer, and remember to always keep questioning the structures around you.